Hey everybody, Xdesign 101 here, and today we're going to be taking a look at the loot section of Plygame. So let's just open up our Plygame main editor, go into our loot tab here. As you can see, I have created 4 loot tables: common, uncommon, rare, ultra rare. And then I went ahead and made a second potion derived from the small potion and just changed its healing effect in the blocks. I have not changed the art yet, but it's as simple as just replacing the art or sizing it differently or something like that. So the small potion comes out 50% of the time, the potion 7%, and then sword 2%. Uncommon, the potion comes out 65% of the time, 20, and then 25, and then so on. As you can see, I didn't put the sword in this one, but like add item, pop the sword in here. So if the sword was at 20%, I'll probably pop the sword in here at like 30. If that's 20, what's this? 2 to 20. This will probably get lightened up to like 15. I'll put that to 10%. We'll put this to 15. We'll put this to 5. And then of course if we add that also into our rare drop table, it'll be more common. 15. And then since it's an ultra rare, well, since we're jumping into rare, we should do 20 here, and then an ultra rare we should just bump it straight up to 50 because the classes are different. So like 5, 10, 20. We can just jump to 40, that'd make more sense. There we go. So you're probably wondering, oh, why are we learning this? We don't know how to actually do our loot. So we're about to get to that right now. So move on over to our NPCs, find our samurai that we've created here, go down to our blocks. We're going to want to add a int and call it loot counter. Add that in. Now open up our apply blocks, go to our on state enter, drop down our what do you call it here, our blocks. Yeah, drop down our blocks menu, go all the way down to variables, look for local variables, set local variable, loot counter in self to random in range. This is located in math. Random in range, don't grab the random float, we want the random int. And if you read the random int very carefully, it will return an integer number between min and max, min exclusive and max exclusive. If max equals min, min will be returned. The return value will never be the max value unless min equals max. So that means we're doing a loot table of 4, so it might say 1 to 5, but it's going to do 1, 2, 3, 4 only. It will never become a 5. If you are using the random float, you won't get solid numbers. You'll get like 4.390015. So if you're doing what we're doing here in our on death, where we're checking if the loot counter is a specific number, it doesn't work if the number isn't exactly this number. If it's 1.1059, then obviously none of these are going to go off and you're going to get 0 loot. So you make sure you're using the int, random int. Okay, let's continue this now by creating some 4 if-thens. As you can see, each of them are dropping each loot named. So to find these blocks, we're just going to go here, flow, grab an if, drop that in there, grab an a equals b, go down to our variables, local variable. We just want to grab this yellow, this lighter yellow local variable, drop that in there, keep it as self. Go to our common, I believe that is float. You can put a float or an integer in there, it doesn't really matter, but pop your float or integer in there. I put floats in there before realizing that I'm using integers, but it doesn't matter, it still works. You can just go ahead and just, pop an integer in there, it'll work just the same. So maybe I'll just change some integers so this way I don't end up, thinking I did something wrong at some point. There we go. Oh wow, I set them all to 2. That's horrible. And then this needs to be 4. Alright, now of course, while we're in common, we can grab our debug here, just pop it in there. Call it common and do that for all your other ones, or just wait till you complete one and then copy and paste them all and then just change it. Now we're going to go to our items blocks and loot PlyRPG, grab the drop loot block, drop loot common at world position of player. So this is going to drop at my feet of my player. Now, one more thing I want to explain, quick things in the loot, is we have this NPC level with a more than equal sign. So, let's say we are in our ultra rare category and we have a level 2 or level 3, goblin or something, and we kill it, and we get an ultra rare drop loot. We don't want it to actually give us some of our most amazing weapons in the game that are for like our higher level characters, you know what I mean? At this point, we would click on our NPC level more than equal and then set it. So let's say potion won't spawn to any NPC that is under the level equal to this level. So if you say level 5, meaning if you're fighting a level 1, 2, 3, or 4, you will not get a potion out of the ultra rare drop table. So that is something you're going to want to use for your ultra rare, rare, and uncommon based on the levels, because like I was saying, it'd be kind of random, to fight a goblin, then you get like, let's say a dragon sword, and you're like, oh, that doesn't work. No, it doesn't. You're also able to, if you want to drop like more specific like boss loot like items kind of things, you can actually have the items drop, or do that thing outside on death of the monster here. So like on actor death, let's say you get an ultra rare loot here, and the first time you kill it, you want to give this loot, and then it'll never give you this loot again. You can just easily call a little if then, have a little thing that says boss looted, or first kill, you know what I mean, and then set first kill in your player, like you'd have like a blocks manager to manage all your bosses, you know what I mean, and then in there you'd probably set which bosses you've defeated, and if those bosses have been defeated, then if you hit like different loot counters, they won't, like, you know what I mean, when you reach an ultra rare, it'll give you that ultra rare item only one time because of it. I'm not going to do that. I kind of just explained it like in a quick tempo there, but yeah, there's a lot of other ways you can drop your loot as long as you stay creative, guys. I'm pretty sure that's everything I want to look at for right now. Let's go ahead, save, and jump on in and test it out. So, new game. Pop our weapon on here. If you recall, our stats went up, our attack and our strength. We can just head out over here to the battlefield now. Before we do, let's check what we have. So our loot counter is 4, meaning we actually have an ultra rare drop that's going to come up here. So let's just attack this guy here. Normal hit, normal hit. My attack's only 3, so it would have to be underneath 3 for me to hit a critical. So as you can see in the bottom here, might not be very clear, but that says ultra rare drop. If we wait for one more here, it'll be another number. just give it a second. There we go. Samurai. Scroll down. This one is a rare drop. So it's random and ranging, so like you can get a few rares, a few ultra rares, you know, like that's why I say you should definitely want to use the loot NPC levels. You could also, like I said, come up with a different looting system. This is just a looting system that I'm going to use for this tutorial series. I might change the looting system for underling monsters in a future tutorial perhaps, but we'll see about that. For now, I'm just going to be working on this slight boss monster, because he's technically going to be a boss monster if after we get some, like, you know, less monsters in here. So let's check what so this is a 2. It's going to be an uncommon drop. If we're lucky, we'll actually get a drop from it. Boom. Oh, no. So remember, because I don't have a lot of items in my loot table right now, it's actually still pretty rare for me to actually get loot. So like an uncommon, nothing's 100% chance. Like I only have a 60%, 65% chance of getting a small potion. So clearly I missed all those percents chances of getting all of those when I got that drop. So fill up your loot tables a lot as you go, and that's when things will start to drop more evenly. Obviously, the lower the chance, the less likelihood of getting it. Makes sense. Probably didn't really need to mention that, but hey. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you guys understand the loot and dropping and everything like that a little bit, and if you guys have any creative ways that you've decided to drop your loots in rare ways, you know, feel free to post them and let me know. Like, it'd be interesting to see what you guys come up with sometime. Take care, guys.